Now, y'all asked me for this analysis, recap, reaction to Supercell, okay? So I binge watched it, but first, we need to get Tyler Perry on the line. We need to get Oprah, Lena Waithe, the culture vultures, everybody who keep making these same old movies about women being beat, a black woman be at her lowest, okay? Black men being on women, the same old, because Supercell showed y'all there's a lot of nuance to being a black person. Now, if you are new here, I am Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Now, okay, we keep it 100 over here, very real. Okay, if y'all want some warm coffee, that lukewarm recap, y'all know where to go. But over here, we're gonna keep it very 100. Okay, now, okay, watching this, I thought to myself, now damn, okay, see, somebody can create some stuff that ain't about us being broken, that ain't about the trauma rising to the top and controlling our narrative. Yes, Lena Waithe. Yes, Tyler Perry, Oprah, Lee Daniels. It's some new shit out there, and we are ready to get into all of it. Now, okay, it shows you that we as black people are not a monolith, okay? I ain't gotta watch myself be broken. I ain't gotta get beat on TV. I can have something different. And now, this is what we need, okay? More storytelling from different perspectives, different types of just narratives, okay? And this one really focused on a group of people who have superpowers. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple years ago, December 31st, weren't we all supposed to get them superpowers? Is it just me who remembers that? And all the things we thought we were going to do? Well, somebody decided, oh, let's make a movie about it. Okay. Now, this movie, the guy who created it was around and listening, watching everything that was happening around George Floyd, and thought we needed something different. And this is what we got. You have a group of people who have powers, not knowing that they got powers. Okay. And Michael. Let's get into Michael first. Okay. Now, Michael is the one trying to bring everybody together on his back. Okay. Now, when you get everybody together, do they all get along? Not really. Okay. Because everyone has their own level of insight, perspective, trauma. Everyone's trying to work towards the different things in their past. You have one person trying to work through the trauma of their relationship with their mother, being raised by their grandmother, another person whose sister disappeared, okay, and Michael trying to save Dion. And if you have not watched the show so far, we're going to hit you with some spoilers. Okay. Now, when they get together, you think, oh, it's going to be hunky-dory. They're going to get along. They're going to save the world. Bloop. Oh, no. No, they're not. No, they did not. Okay? You saw how all the different things that they had inside of them, not just them powers, girl. Also, the just different levels of trauma that they are working through, the different types of everyday things they are dealing with as people really influence and motivate them the way they move. Even when they came together, there was still a lot of selfishness. Okay? Trying to figure out, I'm trying to get to what I'm trying to get to. You trying to get to what you want to get to. Everybody is in it for themselves. We have to figure out a way to come together. And that says a lot about our community. I think communities of color, we struggle to come together because a lot of bickering, a lot of self. Some people might say black communities are the one community where we don't really support one another, whereas we see in other communities, we see a lot of support. Now, I'm climbing up the ladder. I'm going to help you climb up too. Oh, I'm at the top. I'm going to bring everybody with me. Now, that might be a blanketed statement, but in my eyes, I've been working in corporate America, and there were times where you would think that somebody who looked like me would carry me to the top, would help me. But no, sis, like, you go over there. Okay, I knew you when we was in the lunchroom, but now I got up and I got promoted. I don't know her. How many of y'all can relate to that? We also see how the role of sickle cell. Okay, now this is what was very pivotal in this whole story was sickle cell, and how what we have seen thus far in our lives when it comes to black people living with sickle cell has all been negative. It's always been about how you won't live a full life, you're always going to be in the hospital, you're going to have chronic pain, you're going to have sickle cell crises. But oh no, okay, old boy said, let's uplift. Let's take something that's so negative and bring light to it, and how does not have to be a death sentence. Okay? Once again, Tyler Perry and y'all, take notes. You don't have to create the same stories with the same narrative. How about we take something different, uplift it, and show that it doesn't have to be so negative. Okay, even in science, we're seeing more and more studies about sickle cell, how people are doing different things to curb the effects of living with sickle cell in younger people. Older people are having longer lives. And I really enjoyed how much of just, was it a celebration? I don't know if it was exactly that, but how uplifting it was. Okay, I really enjoyed that piece, and it felt like the man, because always gonna be big brothers always watching you. Okay, we can't never live, we can't never mind our business without some other people looking at us, watching, waiting, the Karens. Okay, big brother's out there. Oh, you just chilling, hanging out at the bar? Oh, let's go over there. Okay, what are y'all doing at the bar? We've seen stories of, I don't know if y'all remember, but the women being on the train years ago and how they was having a good time. And all of a sudden they got kicked off the wine train because they were being noisy. Okay. Big brother is always going to be watching us. And it shows you just how when you're just living, it's somebody watching you. And that's what happened. Them people was up there in them cameras watching, lurking. Okay. The one thing I did appreciate also about this was that there was no white savior. You notice how when we see a lot of ourselves on TV, there's some white savior coming to save the day, to fix things. And now we're going to get to the lady at the end, okay? But we did not have the stereotypical, here's a black woman being with someone who's biracial, who have kids that don't look like they can be from both these people, okay? It was the crust, the richness of a story of just having different shades of color come together, connect, and try and save different parts of themselves, humanity, different relationships, okay? Now, I want to talk a little bit about Taser because it's interesting how the depiction of a black man being raised by his mother and the mama trauma that he had, okay? Oftentimes we see black women being raised by grandmothers, elders, and sometimes they end up getting a lot of trouble. They end up in that street life because they're looking for a connection. They're looking for whatever was missing from those parental figures from that street life, okay? And interesting how even in his own gang, to me, he was kind of the wise one, okay? Of course, he got caught up at, cut. He got caught up. But at times I feel like he was the voice of reason. Like, nah, man, back up, let him go. Even though that gang tricked them, okay? But there were times where I feel like he was a voice of reason, but his own trauma at times got in the way of him connecting with the other four members. And I think it also got in the way of him just being able to live a life outside of the streets, because if you don't have that support at home, the caregiver support, that connection, them streets be calling. And there's a lot of black men who have gotten caught up in them streets because they were looking for connection. They try to do the right thing, just like Lamar did. Yeah, I'm going to call him Lamar, okay, a.k.a. Andre, okay? Now, I also thought it was kind of ironic that in this show, he had a son that he was fighting for, trying to protect. But when you was in BMF, you was messing with old boy's son. Did anybody pick up that? And I also felt like he has the same mannerisms. His acting style is very similar to BMF. And I did not know he was British. Whatever he is, I thought he was from here. Them actors over there be coming over here, and I'll be knowing the difference until I find some random video or decide to Google them. You got an accent? What? Say what now? Now, that really took me back, because I was like, ain't that something? Lamar want to come over here on this show and have a son, but on BMF, you was tormenting folks, okay? Now over here, you're trying to save the day, yet his mannerisms and things were still kind of similar to me, but the irony of it all, okay? Now we get to, this is a little bit unhinged, y'all. I don't go in no order. I try my best, okay? Now we get to the Stranger Things, okay? Because it felt like at times it was Stranger Things meets The Wire, meets Top Boy, okay? Meets a little bit of, not BMF, maybe a tad bit, okay? Maybe Power, okay? Now we get to this cell where all the black people They wrangled him up because, you know, the man is like, stay in your box, literally. Oh, and at the beginning, we gonna show you trying to escape. What they do, they made somebody an example. They dragged her through them doors, okay? Now, y'all got glass windows, so don't forget, this can become you. Y'all want to play? Y'all want to try and escape? Just remember, we always got eyes, and we will make an example out of you just like this. It felt like at times, I don't want to say modern day slavery, but it gave a little bit of black people better stay in that box, literally. Okay, because you see, one of y'all got dragged real quick. Okay, and it also just shows you how, once again, can we just be doing nothing? Can we just live? Okay, can we enjoy our powers? Can we enjoy? No. Okay, we're gonna scoop y'all up, put y'all in the back of that truck. Okay, not only that, we're gonna use some of y'all against each other. We have our own little powerful crew, okay, that's coming to get y'all because y'all the good people. Okay, but don't F around and find out. Okay, we got our own little crew over here who gonna get y'all. Okay, now we get more towards the end, and Dion, girl, when she got in that car, I'm like, she the only one with no powers. She needs to take her ass home. And then I'm like, okay, Michael, you did all this trying to protect this girl, trying to save her, only for what? Only for what? For her to die. Okay? For her to die. I was like, come on now. He did all of that trying to save her, and oh boy got his last little lick, and it had to hit her. It had to. Okay, now I think that's going to be a catalyst for season 2, of course, because you have this angry black man looking for vengeance. Okay, and right when we think it's over, oh no, we got to show y'all another example of what happens when you F around and find out. Okay, and so you got the white lady who can't come out. Okay, I like that it was a white woman who was powerful instead of a man. I like that switch up. Okay, she's very slick. And when I saw her at that clinic, I'm like, I got my eye on you. I see what you're doing. You're making these people sick to lure out their family members, okay, to try and get them. So when we see her at the end, ain't it something that they saved old boy, Craig, only to show you, oh, you fucked around and found out. You messed up, okay? Come on, give me one more chance. I can do it. Boop, 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 boop. They pulled out the Draco on him real quick, okay? And she had to let old boy know, okay, don't think this is the only one who did me wrong. You can be next, buddy. You might be my co-pilot, but you effing up too, and I can get at you real quick. And you know, there's been some critical things said about the show. It was too black. People did not like the romantic scenes. The relationships were all kind of like predictable, boring. I think it added something to it because if it wasn't for the relationship dynamic with him and Dion, will we really have seen him, you know, develop vengeance towards the end and just want to come back and get vengeance on everybody? Probably not. I also saw some racist stuff about how it just shows black people have black on black crime. You know, the internet is full of people who have racist thoughts, feelings, and you hide behind an avatar, a profile photo, and you can say whatever you want, okay? But yeah, those are the critical things. Now, me, myself, okay, towards the end, I was like, when they put sis in a cell, okay, and I saw the other girl, I think her name might have been, was it Jasmine, the youngest girl? And they, you know, pan through the cell. I'm like, how her hair look like that? But she been locked up. That's just me. I pay attention to details. My hair would not be looking like that if I was locked up in a cell for, what was it, weeks, months, okay? And then they pan over to sis, who didn't have no powers but got wrangled up in the crew. I'm like, girl, what you gonna do with them braids? Okay, how her hair looks so neat in cell 1, but yours look kind of worn. Okay, but I really enjoyed the show. Y'all know I do unhinged recaps, reviews, okay? But season 2, I want to see more of the dynamic between the head leader, I can't remember her name, and the group of people. Also want to see them connect more. Do we want to see more relationships Do y'all want to see that? Do y'all think that the main girl who got powers and Michael gonna get together? It seems kind of predictable to me. Okay. What happened to all the family members who were in that that hospital that was trying to wrangle up people who had sickle cell? Okay. What happened to old boyfriend, brother who was in the coma? They didn't pick up on that. Mama who had the sickle cell crisis, they didn't pick up on that. Okay, so there's just some lingering things. I also want to know how those other people, the bad or evil people who were inside those hooded things, how did y'all get linked up to be on the bad side instead of the good? What they promise you? So those are just questions I still have that are still lingering. But we gonna get a season 2. But I want to know your thoughts. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you hit that notification bell, because over here you have a therapist who keeps it real 100. Now, if you want that boringish, go over there. Bye.